Today we are going to be showing you guys how to adjust your blade and blade holder after you've put it in for the first time. Right here we have our Roland Universal Blade Holder that is blue. The main difference between this and the one that you get from the factory is that this is blue and the factory blade holder is black. There's also a different design to it as well. So anyways, this is it. This is the Roland Universal Blade Holder that you see here. Blue style blade holder. And right here we have our 25-degree Roland blade that we use for tint. Comes just like this, both these come packaged as they are. How this comes out of here, simply take off the wrapping. And there's your Roland 25-degree blade for tint. Take this off here, little lemon yellow cap right there. You'll see that is the blade tip for you. It's micro size, so you probably won't be able to see it very well, but that is a 25-degree blade for the Roland blade style blade holder for tint. And that's your blade, and that's your blade holder. Now, how these pieces go together is simple. You're going to see right here on this blade that the pencil tip end that looks like, of course, a pencil, rather than the blade end, which is slightly curved off to the side like that. Take the pencil tip end, you put it into the top of the blade holder right here, or the bottom of the blade holder in this case. This would be the top of it where the spring is at. Put it into here like this, just like so. There's a little hole there. And push the top of that in. Make sure not to stab yourself with the blade because this is razor sharp. Then from there you're going to notice there's about an eighth of an inch or so of worth of blade sticking out, which is way too much. What you do from here, simply take this and take a little knob down at the bottom and turn it, I believe, counterclockwise until it comes all the way down to where you cannot see it anymore, and you can just barely feel it. Right now I cannot feel the blade by putting my tip of my finger like this on here. You can also use the back of your fingernails to test it as well and see if you can feel that as well. The easiest way to do it is just take your fingerprint, depending on if you have good feeling or not in there, and then just gradually to take it and turn it clockwise until you feel a little bit of blade, which now I can just barely feel it. Obviously, if you were to zoom in here, you still wouldn't be able to see it, and that's an important part about this, about dealing with these blade holders and blades. These blade holders and blades here, these blades especially, you will not be able to see them at the tip of this blade holder. You have to go by feel and see if you can just barely feel it. If you can, that's a good start. You can add just a little bit more blade, about maybe a quarter of a turn or an eighth of a turn, not much more. And once that's set, then from there you're ready to go and take this thing and put it into your Roland plotter and adjust it from there for the first cut. So today we're going to go ahead and finish off this video by showing you guys how to dial in your blade and the process of getting it to cut correctly. So what you do first, go ahead and take the blade as is, put it over here into the blade holder. You want to make sure that this blue shoulder right here is flat and flush with this black piece here. Once that's done and secure, make sure that you go ahead and twist the front knob here until it's tight and secure, nice and secure on there, until the blade won't come out of there. Once that's done, you're ready to go ahead and make your blade adjustments and start cutting with your plotter. So now all the plotter settings have been preset in the plotter and in the computer, both in the software. So now we're ready to go ahead and do our first test cut here. Way too deep. That's okay. Usually it's a lot less than that, but it's alright. What we do from here, simply back it out a little bit. So now whenever you go to adjust this blade here, you want to make sure to turn it about an eighth of a turn, no more, clockwise to extend more blade out. About that much. No more than that. To extend less blade out, turn it counterclockwise to the left, an eighth of a turn. Never more than an eighth of a turn. Quick cut again. So I'm not even close to scratching it, so another eighth of a turn. You can do quarters of a turn as well if you need to in order to get it farther out. I discourage that because if you go too far, you could risk cutting all the way through the liner and the film as well, and then therefore also scratching your Teflon strip. Getting closer. Pretty good cut that time. Now we got to test out to see if it's where we need it to be for popping the liner here. Simply what you do, take your hand underneath. Find the space where it cut both the liner and the tint, and see if you can push your finger up through it. And that right there is what you want. I can stick my finger up through there, and it would snap out of place, and that's it. And that is the process of dialing in your blade, and that's how you adjust your blade for the plotter.